Dementia is a commonly diagnosed syndrome of progressive nature that affects one's memory, ability to perform tasks, thinking, and behavior. 35.6 million people were diagnosed worldwide with dementia in 2010. That number is expected to double every 20 years. This syndrome is uncurable and worsens within time. Not only does this syndrome affect the person diagnosed, it affects those such as family, caretakers, and the community. Proper care should be provided to lessen hardships on the individual and those affected as well. In order to gain a deeper perspective, I interviewed and filmed a woman named Sherry Biggs, who is not only the daughter of a woman diagnosed with dementia, but is her caregiver as well.
Now, not being able to identify a person, and don't know them, that to me is dementia. So, I don't know. A lot of thoughts that went through my mind on trying to figure out why that has to happen to her, but we're working through it.
Hi, due to privacy reasons, I would like for my mother's name and identity to be kept unknown. My name is Sherry Biggs, and I'm her daughter, and she's been diagnosed with mild dementia.
When was she diagnosed with that?
She was diagnosed probably 2 years ago.
And how old is she?
She is 85, will be 86 in July.
So how long have you been taking care of her?
About that length of time, because we had to convince her to go to a doctor to find out what was going on, and they diagnosed her then at that time and started her on medication.
So the medication was what they recommended as treatment for her?
Right, and they started her out with certain kinds that they thought would help and increase it as they thought was necessary, and kind of told us what to expect. And we have just been kind of monitoring how she is doing and experiencing things that is unusual to us. But with the help of the doctors, we're just watching her and taking care of it the best we can.
How do you think that her syndrome has progressed since being diagnosed 2 years ago?
She's been better since they started the medications. In the beginning, what led us to the doctor visit was hallucinations. As far as my father, she done pretty well in the beginning, but now it's progressed to where she doesn't always know who he is. And she always sees another person in his place instead of him.
What are some of the instances of when her dementia has taken place that you feel like you've really had to step in and comfort her?
When she thinks she's not in her home, she thinks she's somewhere else. And when she wants me to take her home, and we have to assure her that we will take care of her and where she is, and try to convince her and comfort her. And the doctors have also worked with us in giving her maybe a medication that will keep her calm only and help her rest, because we don't want her laying in bed at night worrying about where she's at.
Is there a history of dementia in her family?
Actually, I only knew my grandmother's, and the whole time that I recall anything there wasn't no signs of that. Even in my aunts, I've never seen any signs of it. Now, I have heard different ones comment on maybe my mother's uncles or aunts had signs of it and it run on that side of the family, one side of the family. Otherwise, we wonder what else has led her into this, whether it's medications or it's head injury or just poor circulation to the brain. I have researched as much as I know, and still am, as to maybe why she has come to this place in her life.
How often does she have spells of memory loss and confusion?
This happens on a daily basis. Some days are worse than others. Some days she's right on, when you ask her. Other days she's just totally confused. And, when she asks us questions, then, you try to answer not to upset her, but at the same time to try to comfort her because she appears to have a real battle going on in her thoughts. And that is why I think her going to bed at 5 in the evening for all night, she looks forward to that because she doesn't have to think and try to figure out why she don't remember or why she thinks she's somewhere else or she don't know my dad. And I think it's more peaceful for her when she's resting at night.
What are some of the specific roles that you play and jobs that you do while being her caregiver?
Well, mainly her medications, and they are kept under lock and key. They're set out for her. My father sets them out, and I set them out. She just keeping her on track, doing things that if she's confused or just assuring her that everything is okay. She It's mainly a time thing too. She can't remember times, or if she has questions about her kids, remembering who they are, or just anything that might be to clear up her mind when she's having a hard time trying to think it through. And if she's telling me somebody else is there, then I just assure that I don't see them. That if I don't see them, that's the only way I know to explain it to her without telling her she's wrong, because that would just upset her.
The communication, caregivers, and environment around those diagnosed can be altered in specific ways to create a well life for them. What are some of the techniques that you've used and found to be effective when dealing with her spells of memory loss and confusion?
First of all, not to upset her. I mean, she's already upset. You can tell she is. She doesn't show it, but she is. And then if you try to answer her and if you see it's leading to her becoming more upset, then you just kind of veer or change the subject. Definitely don't want her real upset, because at her age and with what she's dealing with, she don't need that. And if that works, got to find a way to keep from upsetting her and making it worse. The main thing is to get her mind off of it, or just in a way that she will accept your answer is the main thing. That's what I do, and it seems to all you can do is just work at it each day.
Effective communication between the patient and caregiver is vital in supporting a life that is well for the patient. Caregivers who are aware of the person's difficulties and have skills and knowledge to allow the person with dementia to express him or herself can also support a well life for the patient. Sherry works for an in-home care program that allows her to earn income for the time that she spends taking care of her mother.
Instead of having someone else come out, they're within their own family. They're more comfortable with family. And so this provides a way for me to run their errands, take care of anything they need for so many hours a day, 4 days a week usually. And I just fill out paperwork every day to show that I have been here and leave my paperwork here. It's required, it's left in the house. So it works out really well for my parents that they are provided with this service.
She believes that her strong communication and relationship with her mother helped to benefit the circumstances enormously. Sherry's firsthand experience as being the daughter and caregiver of a woman with dementia proves that proper care is necessary to lessen hardships on those affected by the syndrome. Lessening hardships on those affected is important because this syndrome is uncurable. Living a life that is well can give someone that has lost all hope some relief of the difficulties they are facing.
How to be brave.